Our next guest is an entrepreneur who we hope has a solid work-life integration. We're going to ask her about that, but in the meantime, she's the founder of Vow, a wedding planning app. Welcome, Jennifer Brisman.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Happy Friday.
Thank you.
Wedding.
Yes.
he had his wedding a
Last
year
year.
ago. He spent tons of money. I spent $2,000 going to his wedding.
I thanked her for her gift, but it's an important milestone.
It's an important milestone. How did you come up with this idea, and how do you make weddings more accessible?
Amazing question. So as a wedding and event planner of 20 years, I always was at the epicenter of all interactions along the wedding planning journey. For my clients, I wanted to make it simpler. I wanted to make it more magical and enjoyable, and to handle 20, 30 clients a year, which meant about 40 to 50 events, I needed to be more efficient for myself, for my vendors, for my clients, for my venues. So to achieve that, I needed to be more efficient. I needed to find ways to automate myself, automate wedding planning tasks, and make it fun for my clients. So I did that. I templatized things on the back end and saved people time, money, and stress, and that allowed me to be more engaged and more creative and more customized with clients, and that's what I'm doing with Vow.
Yeah, and it seems like it's the next natural step because a lot of times the wedding planner sits you down and is like, well, what do you want?
Correct. And
you don't even
people
know what
want it
your
at their
options
fingertips,
are.
and
Yeah.
they want to be in control, and they want to be in the driver's seat, and that's what Vow does.
So tell us a little bit about how the app works.
Sure. So Vow's a hub between engaged couples, venues, and vendors. It's where weddings come together. And Vow centralizes and streamlines all different parts of the wedding planning journey, wedding planning tasks that each of these groups has to do. It knows where these groups have to talk to each other and when and how, and it automates that. So it's really the engine that powers the wedding planning journey and how everybody connects together, how they contract, and then how they collaborate to move towards a successful wedding day.
If I'm getting married, which I won't, just so
You're
we're
a
clear.
Grinch.
But if I were
Sure.
to get married and I go download your app,
Yeah.
what kind of user experience can I expect?
Sure.
What do I see exactly? Where do I check what items are
Am I
there?
swiping?
You're not swiping, it's a web app. So you're not swiping. But what you will be able to do is really be informed, and you'll be able to be in the driver's seat, and you'll be able to have information in real time. So you'll be able to be communicating with vendors and venues in real time. And so you'll be able to see something like proposals come in and contracts come in, and you'll be able to see how they implicate your budget. And then real time get alternative choices. You'll be able to have really deep matches with vendors and venues that are not just, close by or geographical or budget, but think about, how Tinder work and how Match.com and eHarmony. So you'll be able to really soak up great matches that'll help create a better wedding day while you're in the driver's seat.
So this isn't an easy industry.
No.
How did you thrive in this industry? And moreover, thriving in a difficult industry is already hard enough. How did you then go the next step and create
Like the best industry ever, with the greatest colleagues, venues, vendors, suppliers, and amazing clients who really championed me and really gave me great feedback that I iterated with. But my partners, I can't do it without them. And even now I can't do it without them. They've been amazing at giving me feedback and ideas and directions. I'm solving problems.
No, but I want to
for
know
them.
about you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, where did you come from?
Where did I come from? I was an event and wedding planner right out of college, and just got into weddings early on. It was a great space because you could really manage all aspects of event planning and then orchestrating it live, whereas some events are so big you need tons of other people to do it. I loved interfacing with brides and with couples, and it's a really special journey.
Detail-oriented.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah.
really special journey, and once you've been a part of it, you're really part of a couple's life, forever.
Okay, so 3 things we need to know about weddings.
Oh my God, they're totally accessible, and they're gonna get more accessible. You should always be in the driver's seat and set a budget.
Tell us about that. That was our next question, a budget. What does a realistic budget look like?
So it should be something that's manageable. So it could be something like 20% of your net earnings over the course of the year. You should have a financial plan to pay for it. You should take into account if you have other people in your life that are going to be helping you, whether parents
Most of the
or
time
grandparents.
there's cost sharing.
Most of the time there is. But you don't want to spend the first few years of your life paying off your wedding. So you want to remember that it's one day, put it in the big picture, and really think about the choices that you make and what you're spending on it.
For all the young men who are looking to propose,
Yeah.
what's the rule nowadays? Are you supposed to spend 3 months of salary on the ring?
Yeah, tell us
still?
about the ring. We want to know.
I mean, listen, I think that's a great rule of thumb. I think, you can always get something bigger in the future. So I think at that point in time, you're making decisions for, your bills then. And, of course, what you want to spend on your wedding, because there's still a lot of excitement to come.
Okay, and then I got to ask you this, which is
Oh,
a
boy.
lot of my girlfriends tell me, I mean, I don't know this firsthand, but a lot of girlfriends tell me that finding the right dress is
Yeah.
even harder than finding the right guy.
It is. There's so many choices.
What do you do?
There's so many choices. There's so many choices. I think it's like, anything in life. It's, dreaming about that, compiling pictures of stuff you like, knowing what you look good in, and then going out there and put it on. I never recommend that clients go and buy a wedding dress online. It doesn't make sense. But if they have a great policy where you can buy and try and then send it back, that's great. But you really want to put something on and feel like you're looking at the closest vision of it as it's going to look on your wedding day. You don't want something that's a huge departure.
Yeah, that's just not something
Yeah,
you want
it's
to
just
take
good. It's
chances
just good
on.
sense. It's good sense. And I say to clients, when you do it, go with hair and makeup, go looking super polished. You can really see what that end result is going to look like and judge accordingly.
Like put on your tiara.
yeah, the
put
whole
on your
9
ear-
yards,
yeah.
the crown jewels, whatever you
I
have
feel like
going
that's
on.
already been inception
Totally,
into our brains with
totally.
Say Yes to the Dress. So Jennifer, we're out of time, but I want to know, what is your advice to entrepreneurs in this space?
Oh, great question. Honesty and growth. Make sure you know what your own value proposition is and communicate that to your team and the rest of the world, and just be an honest broker in all of your business dealings.
Wow. You got the art of the pitch down.
Yeah.
I hope you're
I
teaching
do?
it to-
Oh my God,
I
that's
hope
so
you're
great to
teaching
know.
that to your offspring, nieces, nephews.
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.